since I caught you hugging on another man.
Once you have the two ochos and the side movements and the turning, you can move any way you want, really. So you want to practice this and just sort of improvise it. Start by just doing ochos in a particular direction. You can use whichever guy footwork you want. And then at some point, if I want to make this into a turn, what I do is I bring her across my axis. So when you're moving in a single direction, she always stays in front of me. There's like an invisible line there that she never goes across. When I want to start turning her and change directions, I'm going to pull her across that line. So if we're doing ochos, she's doing the back ochos, she stays on this side of me at all times. But if I want to do the turning, I stop myself and I pull her across that line so that she starts to go around me. Same thing if we're going this way. She stays on this side of me. But when I want to do a turn, I stop myself and I pull her across that line. Usually my feet will just come together and then I become the center of that axis and we go off in another direction. It takes some time to sort of build that and figure out all those combinations. But once you do, you can really move any way that you want. Okay, so now that you have the basic movement of turning and ochos and side-to-side movements, what we want to add in there is a few stops and things. So a lot of times when you're dancing tango, you're going to stop to do some kind of adornment or change direction. So one of the ones that we can do is from forward ochos. It's a simple one. If I'm bringing her with forward ochos like this, basically I can bring her beside me and stop her. And again, this is that fluid embrace because you notice that my hand went from out here on her back to right here, where it's all the way across on the other side. And that basically, we need to have this position, and she's stopped because my body has stopped. Now, you notice that I did this little movement here with my foot. Again, this is also to tell her that we're doing a stop, but it's more of a illusion. I'm not really stopping her with this foot. I just time it so that when we're doing the ochos like this, and I pull her up beside me, it just emphasizes the stop. Now, when I do this, I kind of sink a little bit into this foot, into my left leg, and as she's coming across, I follow her on an arc with the toe pointed downwards, and it stops right in front of her. Now, it's in her way now, so she can't, if she's going to step across it, she's actually going to do a little adornment that's common in tango. You come up you basically come up the leg, you cross to the other side, and then you step out. And that allows her to step across it without me even actually removing it, because her foot goes across to the other side. Now if I pull her forward, and I can see her out of the side of my eye, that she's cleared that leg, and I can pull her forward. We can do it on this side too. Same type of movement. And as she steps out, I just bring her into the forward ochos again. And then here's this one on this side. Step. And on this side. It's a little bit harder to do on your left side Guys, when you're leading this, because of the positioning, you can't go into your arm on this side, so you kind of have to pull it back. But it'll still work on that side. So that's one stop from the forward ochos. Now a stop on the backwards ochos is like this. If I'm doing backwards ochos, I'm going to stop her body as I stop mine, and I place my foot right next to her foot. Now this allows me to, it's again the illusion of stopping her foot. I just time it that way. But then I can do something called a sandwich, where I step up here and basically my heels are closed around her foot. This is sort of an intermediate position. This allows me actually to do my own little adornment up her leg, and then normally I'd step out like this and pull her across. She can do her own adornment. We can step a couple of times, and then we're doing the ochos again. If we go the other way, I'm doing ochos. Here's the stop. I let her sink out a bit. I let some space go between us, and then I step up to do the sandwich. Now there is a little extra thing you can put in here, which is kind of nice. You rock her back so that she has all her weight on her back foot, or at least like 70-80% of her weight on her back foot. And then that tells her I'm going to do something with this forward foot. And I can step at an angle here and basically just slide that foot. Again, I can step at an angle and slide the foot, and then go back into the sandwich. And I can do my adornment. I can step off to the side, step, step, and we're doing the ochos again. On this angle, here's the stop, here's the sandwich, here's the slide, the adornment, step, step, continue the movement. You can do it on the other side. I can sandwich here, I can step here, slide it, whatever you need to do. You can do things on both sides for any of these movements. That is a common stops for both forward and backwards ochos. There's a little bit more of an advanced one, which you can do for forward ochos. When I'm moving her in forward ochos, I can step and place my foot right there when she's doing her forward step. I stop her. Again, it's an illusion. I need to stop her and not just use my foot, otherwise she'll trip over it. And then I want to slide it back. Now, at this point, I'm going to pull her into a forward ocho on this side. That foot's in the way, so she may do an adornment, or she might just step over it, and we'll go this way and continue the movement. From this angle, here is the stop, and then I slide it. Now I'm shifting her weight when I do this. Again, you have to shift her weight back onto the other foot in order for her foot to be, if the weight is too much on it, it's not going to slide. So in order for me to slide it, I have to shift her weight, and then she just steps over. And we continue with our movements. Stop, slide, she steps over. Like so.
'Cause we're moving in the wrong direction. Yeah. Instead of going up, I think we're going down, baby.